I have my guest, Joseph Ni Adekoka, is NDC's chairman for Greater Accra. And thanks for joining me, sir.
Thank you.
Osebo Nsuamwa Obiamwa is a member of parliament for Equiapim South and also a member of the NPP. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Yesterday he was at that very picketing by what, it depends on which media house or newspaper report or reports you're reading from the media. Between the numbers of 20,000 and 30,000. We still don't know the numbers, but that's why he's here. And I know that the whole thing was organized by the Alliance for Accountable Governance.
Yes.
And somehow seemed to have been overtaken by the leadership of the NPP. Why?
Well, thank you and good morning.
Morning.
If you listened to AFAG, their sentiments appear to be the sentiments of the average person in Ghana. So more or less some of us had to give them the moral support that they needed, mainly made up of youth who have various concerns, and the concerns cut across, and for whatever reason we thought we had to give them the support. It was very historic and memorable for various reasons. Since, if I can remember, this was the demonstration that since '95 they had not gone through the business district, Makola.
And you did yesterday?
It happened yesterday. I mean, if you look at this main Adabaka road, end to end, the crowd, and then those on the sides, those looking, it got to a point it was even pathetic. We got to Adabaka Grey Memorial, and apparently I don't know whether the teachers were still on strike. The school kids forced themselves out of the compound, came to stand beside the roadside cheering for whatever they felt. Got to Makola, it was massive. The average person has concerns, and if anybody should think that it's the government of the day and then this is just a passing phase, it means you will not be sensitive enough and you will not know what to hit you when the people have the opportunity to pass verdict on you. I've been in government before, and if such sentiments start going on and you think that it's a few people or it can be all right, it will hit you when it really hits you. And my major point when I spoke to the media was that this is democracy we need to protect. We don't want the average person to lose confidence in this democracy and in politics, because there's no alternative. There's no alternative that says that if for any reason people lose confidence in this system and then we get an adventurer, a so-called revolutionary, or even the youth take the law into their own hands and say that we don't want any government. We don't have a use for government, so there should be no government. We are all doomed. We will not be sitting here having the opportunity to even analyze and criticize the government of the day.
And yesterday we even picked you live from the grounds there, and you were mentioning Burkina Faso and Egypt and things.
We need to prevent it.
Were they necessary?
No, I was saying that we should. Some of us, as I said, I mean, we've been through a lot before. I mean, it's not necessary now for us to recount our history. But I entered the University of Ghana in September 1981. By December 81, there was a coup d'etat. And we struggled as students. Universities were closed down for a year. Eventually, people lost their lives. People got missing before we could really say that we had a constitution in 1992. So between 81 and 92, I mean, the executive and legislature were fused together. The media, everybody was silenced. I remember very well this culture of silence that everybody was talking about. All because those who came felt that there were grounds for them to come. I'm saying that we should not do anything. We should protect this democracy. And this demonstration is part of protecting democracy. Because if you bottle everything up, pretend everything is okay. Somebody burnt himself in Tunisia, and the whole of North Africa has been in trouble since then.
That's inciting the youth. to go burn themselves?
No. What I'm saying is that...
Or citing that as an example would mean what?
No, maybe I'm surprised I'm being misunderstood. What I'm saying is that...
I'm not misunderstanding you.
Yes.
But the point is that there were certain constructs or variables that triggered the things that we witnessed in North Africa, or even
in Burkina
Faso.
And I'm saying that...
Do we have the same constructs and variables that are...
No, I'm saying that we should let the average person believe in what is going on now. Average person should believe in our democracy and even be ready to wait and say that in the next 2 years, I'm ready to wait and pass a verdict, whether this government should stay on.
So for you, it's more prevention than cure?
More prevention than cure.
So we have to preempt and not wait till...
And by doing that, we have to run things well. If things are not going well, everybody gives up. And there's a few people who will have to protect it. And then even the tiny minority who think that they have enough. And the majority who are complaining, the majority
will not be safe from the majority who don't have.
Yes, those who are complaining will come at you.
We'll come to the issues that AFAG was looking at and for which also you decided to solidarize.
And when I give example of the young people cannot marry, people think I'm just saying...
Well, you mentioned that again, that young people cannot marry. And
it's a big social problem.
Throughout the whole of Wednesday, it was played across the media. So
I hear.
But what do you make of the demonstration? I know that for the picketing that was undertaken, and weeks before that, we'd been told that this will be convened, etc. It'd been condemned by officials of your party, but also leading figures in government.
I don't think
it was convened all the same and well patronized.
Well, and let me say good morning to my brother and yourself, and the NDC delegates from Greater Accra will be converging at Dodua on Saturday to
pass a verdict on you.
Precisely, and it's going to be a very good verdict because they know how hard I work for the party. This morning is one of that occasion to come and tell my brother here that what they did yesterday, the MPP taking over a demonstration or by AFAG now puts AFAG firmly into the stables of the NPP. So it gives credence to the fact that from the one that NDC came to power, the mantra of making sure that this country is ungovernable has been exhibited by their actions yesterday, where the leading members of the party, who happens to be parliamentarians. You saw the minority leader, ranking members of the party, who have access to make known all their problems in parliament, where the group of Ghana have elected them. Yesterday was a time for them to be in parliament, and they were on the streets. And I'm sure they'll go and sign in and collect their allowances, right? Where they should be in parliament to help us, to help the people of Ghana achieve their aim. They were on the streets, neglecting their duty in parliament. I felt very sad for our democracy. And the same parliamentarians were making statements, like my brother here, talking about Burkina Faso, people burning themselves. It's when you use this kind of words, you are giving some signals.
But they have explained myself here.
No. Yesterday, I was watching him at Obra Sport.
Yes.
And I was on the television with my brother. I said, no. I was with your brother from Aye. Yeah, I was with him. As soon as I was like, well, I don't know where it's an MP. You know, I told him, no, my brother shouldn't have done that at all, because he's an elder statesman or a young statesman. So I expect him to leave those things for the other kind of people. Right?
For the CJ.
Well, I mean, but for you,
you expect me to leave for CJ.
But for you, I was. So to me, I think the signals that they are sending is wrong. It's absolutely wrong. This country is working. This country is facing challenges. And it's not peculiar to Ghana alone. You see, if you go back to the days of after the elections of 2012, we spent almost a year in litigation.
No. We'll talk about the content of their grievances, etc.
Yeah.
But what do you expect? He's a member of parliament.
He should be in parliament yesterday.
But he's an opposition leader.
I
went to parliament.
But the point is,
after the event.
After the event, I had my clothes in the car. After my Ghana colors, I changed to smoke and went to parliament.
Mr. Koka, for many political activists,
Yes.
pressure groupings are means of advocating and also putting pressure on whoever matters to make sure their grievances are addressed or their concerns are also taken note of. And the notable leaders of the MPP who were there, be them members of parliament or party leaders, are members of the opposition. And opposition parties play their role effectively.
You see,
in many such
so they
respects.
should have told us that the MPP is going on demonstration.
This was the MPP.
No, they should they should they should tell us. I mean, the functional MPP in Parliament, the functional MPP in Parliament, right? He knows what I'm talking about. They were in the forefront. So that's a signal. If you have your own general secretary there, who's the chief executive of your party, right? Well,
the presupposes that is a party machinery.
It's a party machinery there. I mean, so you can also. I expect that they should have.
Did you indirectly, even though not formally, through the party structure, sponsor what happened, or do you sponsor members of AFAG in many respects?
In the first place, I spotted key members of PNC.
Who are the key members?
Abu Ramadan was there. Abu Ramadan
he's laughing.
But coalition, if there is coalition of minority groups or opposition parties,
it shows that
demonstrations, there's nothing wrong with it. CBP was there, DFP, your own DFP, you were there, PPP. Cuts across. I'm sure there are some NDC persons even in the group, except that they were not prominent ones like the regional chairman. But the average person is feeling the heat. And if this is a way they have to express themselves,
okay,
so be it.
Now,